Alright guys, it's me the Tycoon coming back to you in another review, and this is of Bad Boys, Ride or Die. This movie kicked off the summer blockbuster season. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Yeah, that's right, that one. Now, if you're like me, I went to the cinemas to watch the original Bad Boys movie when it came out in the 90s. And man, was it different. It was different, it was vibrant, it was wonderful. And it's great to see these characters evolve over the last 25 years. Ride or Die is now that continuation of a franchise that is, it is a juggernaut. You know, um, so let's get into the movie itself. Bad Boys continues after Bad Boys for Life, where there has been an aftermath and implications and massive uh, upheavals because of the events of Bad Boys for Life, where the captain got killed. And he got killed by Will Smith's illegitimate son. Yeah. So there is a fallout from that. And of course, Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence are doing their things as normal. But what you're seeing now is that age has caught up with them. And Martin Lawrence is no longer as fit and healthy as he once was. This again, a little bit spoilers, but if you've seen the movie, you know what it's all about. If you haven't seen it, I strongly would recommend it. But he's faced with his own mortality by having a heart attack at his, I think, a christening? No, at Will Smith's wedding. So he has a heart attack there. And that's, again, it kind of reflected what happened to Martin Lawrence in real life, where I think 10 years ago he had a stroke and recovered from it. Or 15 years ago he had a stroke and he's recovered from it. But he's not been, you can see that age is getting on. He's not as rapid as he was. And the same with Will Smith. Will Smith has kept himself fit and healthy, but, he's not a family man in the same way that Martin Lawrence's character is. Mike, who's Will Smith, and Marcus, being Martin Lawrence, they have to face many things together. And while Martin Lawrence was recovering, or Marcus, he's had many different premonitions about that they had been together right throughout different lifetimes, including Martin Lawrence being a shepherd and Will Smith being a donkey, and a donkey was always stubborn. That kind of thing. And they show that as a post-credit scene. It's quite funny how they've done it. But events take place that are slightly different, where they're trying to destroy the legacy of their captain who was assassinated by framing him to be a money launderer for the cartel. And they worked it quite well. And now it's about clearing his name. But while they're going about clearing his name, and the FBI are quite relentless on this, other members of the police force aren't quite sure about Joe, the captain, whether he was crooked or not. And clearly he is, and they kind of give it away. They say it all up, and they've done it really well. But then other events take place where a bounty is now put on their heads, on Marx's head and Mike's head, yeah, the whole world is after them now for $5 million, including a nice return from DJ Khaled. And, based upon the drama that went with him and how he stayed silent about Palestine, it was good to see him get run over. I'm just going to say that, I'll put it out there. But yeah, and of course there was a slapfest for Will Smith at the end, to show bye-bye Martin Lawrence, just to reflect, what was going on with Will Smith and what he'd done to Chris Rock, so on and so forth. It's still formulaic. It's a buddy cop thing, but they bring about and reintroduce Will Smith's illegitimate son, who he had locked up, and they try and get him free, so on and so forth. And while they're doing that, they also bring in the captain's daughter, who's a U.S. Marshal, that wants to kill him on sight. and why not? So it adds different dynamics to the movie. And you see John Sally come back again, and as people from the first movie come back in, just for brief cameos or brief moments, such as Michael Bay, because this movie is directed by Bilal and Abdil, who directed the last movie. They've done a good job. They've done a good job with this one as well. Um, and it was good seeing Michael Bay driving a Porsche. He's like, dude, you gotta leave me alone, man, kind of thing. It's quite funny watching all of that, and all of these things come together. The storyline isn't convoluted. It is easy to follow. It is just a matter of life goes on. Reggie, in his 10 minutes of screen time, does steal the show, especially when you see him, actually acting as a US Marine, taking out 15 bad guys. He does it clinically. They done it really well. It's actually a good moment in the movie. Notable difference was Therese Randell was not in the film. She was replaced by Tasha Smith. And Tasha Smith is known for being loud and always screaming out, Marcus! In For Better or For Worse, the TV show. She does Marcus here as well. Screams out, Marcus! But she's not screaming. She's actually acting quite well. She's acting, not screaming, not shouting, not doing anything over the top. She's actually quite good in this as a replacement. And I had to send that as a shout out. It was quite well, quite unique in to see that. And obviously, it's sad not seeing Therese Randell back again, but got a good replacement for her. And the movie had some very good action sequences. There was a couple of things where you could say, come on, that's a bit out there, a bit silly. But it's a Bad Boys movie. Leave your brains at home. Take the popcorn in. Watch the film. Enjoy it. Enjoy the laughs, because there's plenty of laughs that go around as well. Enjoy the action. It's good action. And very well done. But there is also something else where it was like, why did this movie make so much money and other movies like Furiosa didn't? Well, that's because these guys are the main characters and they did not get relegated to side characters. 1. 2. When this movie came out, it's not jumping on the back of someone else's legacy. It's their legacy. 3. The story has evolved to ensure that they are, you may have a wider network, a bigger team, but it's always these two. They're the core of the story, no matter what. And that's what's driving it. Their friendship, their trials, their tribulations, their everything. That's what people wanted. They didn't want all kinds of crap. They just wanted to see a good old-fashioned popcorn flick. Leave your brains at home, but focusing on central characters and making it work that way. Well, that's enough for me. And as always, guys, whichever platform you're watching this on, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, if you don't know how to do that, then you need to go back to school. So says the tycoon.